Welcome to our web exclusive. I'm Mike Montecalvo, along with Eyewitness News analyst Lieutenant General Reginald Centracchio. It is Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all our veterans, and we thank them for their service. It's something, General, that we've said a lot in the last several years that people didn't say 20 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. This year, first time in my memory, it was a really significant weekend, starting Friday all the way through as we speak. So it was really heartwarming to see the kind of events that took place.
All right, we're going to get to water fire in just a second. Let's talk about what happened today. You just came from an event that actually honored women who were in the military.
I just came from the Quidnessett Country Club, where the Women Warrior Program takes place, and the money that will raise from that goes to the Holly Charette home in Johnston, part of Operation Stand Down, of which I'm a member of the board. And it was really significant to see the kind of attendance at that and recognizing what significant role the female plays in today's military. Unprecedented in reference to even 5 or 6 years ago.
But when we think of the military, we still think of men, and sometimes we forget about the service and the contributions that women have given.
We do. In fact, Admiral McGann was one of the speakers, and she pointed out that there had never been a female admiral in the service until Admiral Zumwalt, the Chief of Naval Operations, made one several years ago. And now you see more and more of high position, high responsibility positions across the military going to female.
Why is
that?
That's good. Is that just the way society has evolved?
No, I think it's evolved because I think there's an acceptance to recognize that female are as important, as fully qualified as anyone else. And I think they needed the opportunity to be able to fill those positions, and we're seeing more and more of that, which is tremendous.
All right, I mentioned water fire, which took place on Saturday night. There were thousands of people in downtown Providence. The water fire, as you're seeing right here, was to honor the military.
Yeah, and I was fortunate to be part of that, and I was asked to carry a torch from the State House all the way down to the basin. And going through that crowd, you just saw an upheaval of tremendous recognition of our veterans. And specifically for that entire evening, the thing that hit me most, notwithstanding the thousands of people that were there, on my way back to my vehicle, this one kid was walking the other way, just the two of us. He was maybe, I would say, 13 or 14, and he looked like an average teenager. But he came right up to me and said, "Thank you for your service." That made the entire night for me, because you don't normally see that. And what it did for me was to tell that the kids are paying attention to what's important in this country.
And you've mentioned this over and over again over the years, that it is important to get into the classroom to tell teachers and kids, what the military is about, and how they protected our freedom.
Yeah. I think when we don't see it every single day, but they are getting the message, and that felt good the other evening to see that young boy come up to me and put his hand out and say thank you.
By the way, there is a veteran. He's 107 years old. He's Richard Overton. He's one of the oldest veterans alive. He was at a ceremony today. The president honored him at Arlington National Cemetery. I mean, that's unbelievable. That at 107 to begin with, right, but to be a survivor.
Mike, the ironic thing about it is they never mentioned whether he was a World War I vet or World War II. But I would suggest that he's probably too young to be a World War I vet. And I'm not sure of that, but I would suggest that he was probably a World War II guy. Okay,
we can't pass this up, even though it is Veterans Day. 85 to 90% of the Rhode Island National Guard have combat experience. So the question, General, is on this Veterans Day, what is next for the local military?
For the local military, certainly is to continue doing its mission, both state as well as federal. I would suggest that we'll continue to be part of the mobilization and the continuation well through the 2014. After we get our combat troops out of Afghanistan, there'll still be, I think, a residual force there to be reckoned with over the next several years.
And there's still some troops in Iraq. We kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, they're part of the civilian aspects of maintaining some kind of relationship with Iraq, as well as hopefully that we'll have that kind of an ally. You wouldn't think that several years ago that Iraq has become an ally, and that is the case.
Finally, General, any local troops units going to be deployed between now and Thanksgiving?
Between now and Thanksgiving, no, not that I know of, and I don't believe so.
All right, General Centracchio, as always, thank you for your service, and we want to thank all veterans for their service. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.